Good morning, afternoon, and evening. It is the first Tuesday of the month of March. My name is Levy Rozman, and this is Title Tuesday, AM edition. For those of you that don't know, Title Tuesday in 2020 is going to feature two events every single day. These are the prize funds. So, there's going to be an AM event for 2 hours. It's 9 rounds of 3-2 blitz in Swiss style, not arena. And upon the conclusion of this tournament, there is a short break, followed by another segment of commentary and tournament, which I think the first two times Amon Hamilton has gone after me from Chess.com, so he's done the standard time. But in 2020, Chess.com decided to introduce two of these events because they are a lot of fun. We get the top talent in the world. You already see our advanced entry list has 9 people rated over 3,000, so that's quite nice. Pretty impressive that a third of them are IMs. We've got, which country is winning? We've got 2 Iranians, 2 Russians, and 2 Armenians. Probably the biggest surprise of the top 9, probably the player none of you really know, is Gena 217, and that is Guillermo Vasquez from the United States, formerly from Paraguay. Very, very strong player. I have played him. I played him in the Pro Chess League several years ago, but that was before he and I were who we are now. Last time he played this tournament, he was also 3,000. I don't actually know how he did, but he is definitely near his peak. Every other player you should be familiar with. Firouzja, I mean, no introduction necessary. This username, that's Dmitry Andreikin. I think Vladimirovich might be his middle name. But if it's not, then I don't know where that comes from. Sib Elephant is Siberian Elephant. That's Vladislav Artemyev. Parhamov is Parham Maksudlu. Wonderful Time, Tuan Minlay. Staple of the Chess.com community. Shan Sargsyan, Mkhitaryan, these two. This is Hike. Oh, and we have our 10th 3,000, Eltash Safarli. That's Azerbaijani Grandmaster Eltash Safarli. See, some of these guys make their names really easy, like Eltash Safarli, Shan Sargsyan. Wonderful Time is not, that is not an official full name. No one's name is Wonderful Time. Firouzja does not have 2003 in his name. That is his birth year. And this guy, I mean, Sib Elephant is another one, so, you know, Elephant is not his official name. Games begin in 2 minutes here. With 300 players, Swiss-style formats are different from arenas. A lot of you watching might have experience with our Arena Kings tournaments. That's just a 2-hour timer, and you play anybody that's available based on rating and the score they have. In Swiss format, you play 1 round, and then as the rounds go on, you are only paired with people within your score group. So if every 3,000 loses in this round to someone lower rated, they then go down to the 0-point score group and then play there. So we won't be seeing matchups of these players until about round 5, round 6, when it's determined what positioning in the tournament they have. So I'll be doing commentary on the games. I will be picking random 3,000s to cover, random 2,900s, 2,800s. If there's anybody in the chat who has suggestions on which players I should cover, please let me know. It does not seem like we will be having Hikaru participating. We have a minute to go before his registration, so we don't know. Also, Daniel Naroditsky, obviously, very, very strong. Daniel does play this tournament, but he might be busy today. I will take my final sip of coffee. I will disinfect my hands. I will put on my antiviral face mask. The joke is that this tournament is Tilted Tuesday because a lot of these players end up dropping 50 points and actually withdrawing from the tournament, but we will see what happens. Right now we have 2 Iranian prodigies playing a bullet game. Doesn't seem like either of them is going to be participating in Title Tuesday, but you never know. Last call, games in 20 seconds, everybody buckle up. I'm strapped in, I'm ready to go. I don't really play this this event because I'm gonna play like, I'm 2,700. That puts me at like the 80th seed or something. Alrighty, Obviously good to follow Firouzja, but we know what we're going to get with him. We're going to get excellence, we're going to get stunning chess, we're going to get exciting tactical games. I already know what I'm going to get from Parhamov. More of the same. Sib Elephant is going to give me, yeah, he's going to give me a Catalan, maybe something with knight f3. This is not really a Catalan, actually. This is a Grunfeld-style position where black has played knight f6 and d5 to challenge the c-pawn, completely given away the center to white, but he's going to play moves such as knight c... Okay, I can't even begin to understand what a5 does, but I guess it's to, I mean, go against a4, a5. He's now going to voluntarily put his piece on a6. And then, well, I mean, this is a little bit above my pay grade. I don't really know what a5 does, but I think he wants to go knight a6. I think the idea was actually to put the knight here and prevent b4. Because if the knight was not here, white could go b4 and lock the knight in on a6, and a5 protects against that. Chess is so deep. When you're watching as a beginner, you're sitting here looking at this like, what the hell is going on? What was a5? I'm taught to play for the center. Why didn't he guard this pawn? Why didn't he guard this pawn? I think he's not guarding this pawn because this knight is going to have a long road home. So he goes knight d3. This is either a gamble that's going to be disastrous or pay off... Oh, he has knight a4 maybe. Knight a4 kind of targets the knight c5 idea. Because if knight a4, knight c5, you trade the knights and then you play queen c3 check, which forks. So this knight is hit. It's got to go here or here. I think it's just... Okay, f6. Maybe he'll go f4 and then take on a5. He's getting his pawn back. He's got a big center. Knight d7 and, you know, queen a5 or something. That looks good for white. But it's the Grunfeld. I mean, it always looks good for somebody, and then, you know, someone loses. So, yeah, but he's won back his pawn. He's got a big center. The problem really for black here is that black doesn't have a single piece past the third row. Oh, and as I say that, he now he's got an option. Does he take en passant? Does he take this? Does he push, or does he ignore everything? I predict he ignores, but he might also like the fact that this stays closed, you know, because if the knight gets to e5 or to d6 and black gets a little bit of a blockade going on, yeah, but he does ignore. Is black a beginner? Black is 25-50, my friends. It's on the screen. But then again, I never know when you're trolling me, so... So the knight is hit. You can't ignore this one. This one you either have to defend or move. Defend it in a variety of ways. You can defend it by moving your queen back. He moved his queen back because it was on the same line as the enemy rook. There could have been tactics there. Now queen d6 is a very direct assault on the pawn. Maybe rook here will be played. That's exactly what was played. And again... Now we see that this knight is being kicked out. There is an interesting moment. Black could consider b5, and the knight doesn't have a lot of moves. Black is always, of course, looking at capturing. Does that help him or hurt him? Or do nothing? Artemiev is a master of quick improving moves. So he's going to put the pressure on his opponent here. Rook e8 is played with the intention of taking. Wow, drops back, and I guess he's looking at c4 or even d3. Now the capture, and what does black want? Does black want knight c5? Oh, another capture. Ooh! Does black have queen d5? Because of the pin. Is he going to play queen d5? I think it works. Incredible. And this is really the problem of the big center sometimes, is you overextend a little bit. And now he's just giving him a pawn. And... Queen d5, sometimes you have this move by white, queen a6. It's a desperado. You know you're going to lose the queen, so you sacrifice it for a knight, and if black were to take back, white would be winning the queen. But the problem is queen check. The in-between move then wins the queen. So you can't do that. Now, I'm going to have to refresh this. And we have this situation. So, white is still doing okay, mainly because he's 3061. That's kind of the real problem here for black, is that his opponent is 7++ elo, and he's 3061. So, he's an experienced player and fighting back from potentially worse positions. In this case, treading the fine line between losing. Because if Black successfully trades a few pieces, he's just up a clean pawn. It's going to be a losing endgame. Black is going to be playing it for a win. Not to mention the weaknesses. You know, anytime a player is down material, you're looking at compensation. You're looking at whether or not there are certain tangible benefits you have for that pawn. Okay, here I can say that Black is a little passive, but I cannot argue that this bishop or this knight are leaving a strong impression. Even if the knight gets here, it can just be pinned to the queen and it doesn't have a lot of prospects. So there you go. Anyway, shout out to over 1,000 of you joining me on various platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Chess TV. You guys are amazing. As always, if you've got any questions throughout the show, whether it's about chess, or just how to improve as a person, you know, you need life advice, we'll get to that. We always take a formal break around round 7. Around that time, I will answer any pressing questions or concerns. Ituri Zaga, New York Marshal, proud New York Marshal, up at the top here. And now we're seeing the transition from the middle game to the end game. And this is a refined skill. Some people are really good at it, some people are not so great. Mubot is incorrectly telling you that the hosts of the show are Alexander Botez and Robert Hess. I am neither of those people. But, you know, and here we already see the counterplay. Look at this. This is a nice idea here by Artemyev, sacrificing the pawn, but locking in the a6, b7, and I'm not so comfortable anymore. He's creating confusion here. Now, you take this all the way back to here. All the way back here, Mr. Sib Elephant Vladislav Artemyev predicted that this was going to happen. And this is his way of creating counterplay. He's only got 10 seconds, though, and he doesn't have a clear way to push this pawn. And now Black is just going to mobilize on the king side. h6, he's going to bring the king. I think this is Commandant's game to win. I actually don't even know who that is. But, okay. Is he investing a pawn into this? Okay, he's investing a pawn. We're going to get g4, and probably Black is completely winning. But it's a little tricky, you know. Once these pawns get rolling, I'm inclined to believe that this is an easy win, but it's never an easy win against these 3,000 guys. Ooh, now the king's going to get in. But if the king gets in, rook e6, maybe there's a way to sacrifice here and play king f2, but he's probably not going to do it. Maybe rook a5 or king d4. You really don't want to retreat. You know, you don't want to retreat from a psychological standpoint. He does, and now I'm assuming that we're going to get h5. Maybe we'll get a check. Now he's got to push the pawns. The problem is, if you push the wrong pawn, Sib Elephant... Oh my gosh, he like hit 0 there. And it's... Wait, what? He's got no time. Okay. Did anybody see that? Was that just my screen? He had 0. He didn't have any milliseconds. It was 0, 0, 0. Title Tuesday is always so exciting. You can always trust the international internet to create, you know, excitement and confusion for the players and the audience. How do you find the tournament? It's under tournaments. You might not be able to join if you do not have a title. That, you know, it is Title Tuesday after all. All right, we see Firouzja here. We do see Firouzja creating a little bit of counterplay here. Maybe he's going to get the draw. Yeah, he's going to get the draw because of the weakness of the c7 pawn. So Firouzja ends up with a draw in the first round. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, Live Chess, of course, has all the games, guys. Mickey Tarion, our remaining resident 3000. Not gonna win this one, my friends. This is an opposite colored bishop endgame. Even without the loss of the pawn, there's, you know, really the only question to ask here is, are the pawns ever gonna promote to anything? And the answer is no, because the bishop will defend this pawn. It's always gonna get traded, and the king is blockading the other pawn. So the game has been agreed to a draw. Aik Martirosyan unable to get the win there. Chris Rock Comic. I don't have the slightest clue who that is, but I do know that it's a 2-bar setup right now. Oh, and also this is a lost endgame because the queen gets back. Now, this is instructional. Because if the queen was unable to get back and the king was controlling the promotion square, right? Because this is the promotion square, and you know, if the king was on a square like d7 and the queen was somewhere on the back row, there would not be any opportunity to win this game because of the rule of stalemate. If you're not familiar with queen versus pass pawn endgames, then get familiar. This is our final game of the round, my friends. So, all right, interesting. Is this possible to win at all? And now there's I mean, is there any way to win this for white at all? I mean, you know, rook and pawn versus knight and pawn is already very difficult to win, but with the extra pawn, this is very smart, you know, getting the active king and then but it's probably impossible. Oh, king h6. Okay, no, never say never. Rook g1 here. Uh-oh. Is the king gonna have to go to h8? Oh. Wait, what? They had this position already? The game just ended in a draw? Okay. Amazing. Amazing. How? What? When did that happen? How did the king already got to h7? Or was it a 50 move rule? Wait, let me look at this. Oh, it was probably 50 moves. Yeah, that was very strange. Well, round 1 is done. Now we're ready for round 2. Man, Title Tuesday just keeps on going. We don't even take a commercial break. Well, maybe if you're not a sub, you might get hit with an ad, but... So, I mean, round 1 is always interesting because there's upset watch. Round 2 is interesting because they're upset watch. You're always looking at upset watch, but then, as the tournament goes on, you start seeing the Titan matchups, the 3000 versus 3000, 2900s play against each other. Probably if I had to pick a Sicilian that was my favorite, it's this one. The Taimanov. I wanted to learn the Taimanov. It's the Sicilian with e6. The problem for me was that there's just so much other stuff that you got to learn when you play the Sicilian. You know, closed Sicilian, various sidelines, even within the Taimanov, b3, c3, Smith-Mora, closed. But the open Taimanov Sicilian is a really exciting one. It's very flexible. It's very little different than the Najdorf, where you basically trade nothing. You trade the c-pawn for the d-pawn. You know, you put your knights and your bishops out, and then you look to create chaos. Sometimes on the queen side with your knights, sometimes with the pawn, sometimes in the center. Super fascinating, super fascinating Sicilian variation. But I trust in my Caro-Kann. I put the pawn on this c6 square in the beginning, and I just believe in it, so... B3 Sicilian? You know... I'm sure there's resources out there for Sicilian sidelines. Look at this. G4, that's why I love this. White just completely disregards bishop e3 or any of these moves, and he's playing this move because he knows knight f6 is coming, so he's going to play g5. So instead, black plays bishop f6, and now he's going to go knight e7, just not right now. Or maybe right now, because if g5, he's planning to take? That's radical. Wow. Because he can't go here, right, because of f4. So he takes. Okay, so... This kind of doesn't make any sense to me, though. White, you know, white does have doubled pawns that could be a target. Excuse me, that could be a target, but white has 2 bishops, my friends. Don't get it twisted. You got 2 bishops. You want all the open lines that you can get for the cost of 1 pawn. And let's not forget that d6 is also a liability. So probably we're going to see... Wow, he just... This move makes a lot of sense, because he's probably going to go for bishop a3. Yeah, what do you do in bishop a3? Exactly. I mean, if you've got to go rook d8, that's really unfortunate. If you go e5, rook d1 is coming. Yeah, but like, now he's also got this move. You just see the power of the long-range pieces, right? The knight is like nicely tucked away here, and it does have a prospect of in the future getting on f4, right? That is one of the things you've got to visualize when anytime you've got a knight on the board is, you know, how can I maximize its power? Maximizing it would be... Yeah, that's not maximizing its power. That is not maximizing its power. And now we see the... Yeah, well, he just... Hold on. Did Parhamov forget about this move? What was this? That might have been one of the worst trades in the history of chess. Why did he... What? Why did he do that? Was he afraid of this? I mean, why not just c4, you know, clamp the position down? I am so confused. I mean, now black is just very clearly better. Like, what just happened? Now black has all the pressure. White does not have 2 bishops anymore. Black's dark squared bishop pressures nothing. All these pawns have been pushed for no reason. What just happened? This is wild. I don't know. I mean, you know, he's 3,000. Sometimes I have to defer to the 3,000, but at the same time, like, yeah, I mean, just e4. I think Parhamov's just in trouble now. I mean, rook e4 is coming. He's going to have to hold this position. He's going to go queen d7, queen g4, or just take a pawn. Okay, Parhamov is just in huge trouble here. He's just down a clear pawn, and his pawns are terribly weak. The king is weak. You can probably just begin to... h6, king h7. Yeah, wow. Shout out to, I don't even know who Gabix is. There's a lot of very strong players from Hungary. And, you know, the viewers don't always like when I'm so critical of grandmasters, but it's my job. I'm literally getting paid to be critical of their moves, or complimentary if need be. But I am so perplexed by that decision by Parham. Yeah, rook g6, and now again we see the problem really with pushing the pawns in front of the king. Yes, great move. I was about to suggest that. Sometimes, you know, when you've got a bishop on a diagonal, you can invest the pawn to just really, really make it powerful, and it's only a matter of time here. It's just about converting. He's setting him up for potentially blundering h5. It is a valid... Can't go f5 because of the queen. Otherwise, f5 would be trapping the rook, but you just can't play it. And his next move is going to be rook e6. Just looks devastating here. You know, queen c4, but also let's not forget, the queen is going to hunt the king here in a moment. Also, queen e4 and queen h1. I don't know what bishop c8 was. Maybe I missed something. Maybe it was necessary, but the entire game changed when that trade happened. It did not make any sense to me. Absolutely. Absolutely did not make any sense. Now, will we see a conversion, or will we see a Herculean defense? Herculean? I don't know how you pronounce that word. I'm a little confused why he didn't play queen b1. I think it does make sense to maintain the pressure here. And did Parhamov just win this game? Did Parhamov, after all that criticism, just find a way to win this thing? That is unbelievable. I love when these 3000s make me look silly because their opponents couldn't convert, but also they're just so tenacious. They're so tenacious. Look, if you don't believe me, let's go to like right around here, okay? Here's the evidence. This position is -3. It's -3 for black, right? It's progressively getting worse and worse. But then, and then again, right here, I did say that queen b1 made a lot more sense. That is the best move. This approach by black, f5, and now he needed to put the rook back on e8, right? You see the eval there, and he just didn't see a check. It's a time-old tale that we tell our own students. Anytime, you know, you have a tactical position in front of you, like you're solving a puzzle, CCA, checks, captures, attacks, but you've got to then do that for your opponent, right? I want to play a move, but do they have checks, captures, attacks? Titled players, you see, they mess it up as well. I mean, now it's just completely winning for Parhamov, but the last time I said it was completely winning, it wasn't one, so, you know, that's just chess. That's just chess. I could say the position is completely lost for Parhamov, and then he finds a way to win it anyway. That doesn't mean, I was wrong about the evaluation. It just means that he defended as best as he could. He didn't trade any pieces, and he continued to attack his opponent where he had the opportunity, and his opponent allowed it, and he wins. That's how chess works. A lot of people think that just because the position is winning, the game is over. Not necessarily. We see it in sports, too. Sports is the easiest example, right? Just because your team is winning doesn't mean you're going to win. Barcelona-Liverpool? What was that famous Champions League match that was like 3-0, then ended 4-3? Sorry, I don't mean to trigger any football fans, but anyway, we spent all the game here. And just like that! the perfect example. White is just up a full piece. We go from completely winning for black, completely winning for white, to Parhamov just blundering a skewer. Unbelievable stuff. Milan, Liverpool. Yes, there we go. I apologize. It wasn't Barcelona. Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, they just make the commentators look ridiculous. There's so many plot twists in the game of chess. These guys are playing like my 7 and 8-year-olds, you know? My 7 or 8-year-old students have found ways to get plus 25 positions and not win them. So, position is winning or losing, but it doesn't always mean... Okay, this position is an easy win for white. You just got the extra knight, don't trade too many pawns, don't go knight f7. So, one pawn is down, you know, rook and knight versus rook is a draw, and that's why you've got to keep the pieces on the board. But we are seeing some difficulties here from Luca Maroczy, the player with the white pieces. Oh man, rook f5. This is a very nice defensive setup by black. I'm not even sure this is winnable. This is kind of the problem. Black's got a very strong defensive fortress. I think the endgame was winnable before the trade of the pawns, but if you offer me, you know, an opportunity to give you a plan to win this game, I do not have one. There might be a way you can convert it to a winning king and pawn endgame, but that's far-fetched. And there just needs to be a way, you know, that you can actually advance your pawns. And, well, by the way, this is exactly how you would do it. You would march your king in, and black just put himself in a position he couldn't actually give any checks. And now, well, a draw, okay? Draw, you know? Why am I even paid to do commentary? I'm just not going to give evaluations of any positions ever again. White is completely winning. Draw. Okay. No, black did his best. Black defended. Seeing a lot of strong defensive efforts. Alrighty. We followed a lot of the top players. Let's watch Gana. Like I said, this is Guillermo Vasquez. Guillermo, really, really interesting guy. So I believe he was born in Paraguay. He came to the United States and studied in University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley, or Brownsville. They have a chess program. A lot of Texas programs have chess. Competed on the collegiate level. I'm not sure what his rating was when he got to the United States. I also might be mistaken. He might have been here before college, but I only met him when he was in collegiate chess. Got up to very, very high. He's like almost GM strength. I think he has 1 or 2 norms. I think he even represented the Paraguayan national team at the Olympiad. He had a very, very strong Olympiad, defeated some strong grandmasters. And now he's used his education in University of Texas to get I think he's a software engineer at like a top firm. So, listen, man, this guy is a I want to say jack of all trades, but he's just a superstar, you know, grandmaster, software engineer. I think he also is tall enough to probably play basketball. Guy's like 6'8". You know, what can't Gana 217 do? He's 3,000 on Chess.com. Do you guys know what happens when you get into the 3,000 club? I'm not sure I'm allowed to share this, but whatever. If they fire me, they fire me. When you get to 3,000 on Chess.com, they send you like a care package. They give you like a week-long vacation, private jet, spa. I mean, it's really incredible. Very few people on Chess.com have hit 3,000 in Blitz. But yeah, it's very, very cool. And this kind of a setup for white against the Sicilian is called the Maroczy. You can get to it, see, even when your opponent invites you to play a knight or for a dragon, you can trade off the light squared bishop and then set up on all the light squares. And why this setup makes sense is, well, you've traded your light squared bishop. Now, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it's here. But this setup is replacing the responsibilities of the light squared bishop with light squared pawns. You know, truly, it's balanced. It's a balanced setup. Black does have game plans as well. He's trying to play b5 and b4, play on the queen side. Simplification is good for black, because black doesn't have a lot of space, so piece trades are welcome. But this is like a squeezing game. You try to suck the life out of the position for black. So no, I'm completely lying. None of that stuff happens. But the YouTube chat, believe me, you know, because they're YouTube. Twitch is a little bit smarter. Bishop d4. Now that's a unique capture. Normally you do not think of taking with the bishop first. But I think black is arguing the bishop is kind of useless, which is an interesting argument. You know, normally you see the bishop more powerful, and he's leaving himself the option to take. He might take. He could have done it either way. But he might just say, you know what? I don't think that the bishop is that good, and maybe I have opportunities to attack. But he might also be thinking e5 something, and then knight e6, knight d4. I don't know. Okay, I'm not in his head. I don't even know who this is, Rogapa. But knight d4 did allow knight e7. Yes. Meaning if you had gone knight d4, you did have to calculate this. But I think even beyond that, you know, he didn't have to take at all, is what I'm saying. Like, he could have played king f8 right now, and then taken. But I think he's just arguing that taking first with the bishop, white can't really make a claim that this bishop is that strong. Well, we're gonna see what happens. This knight is now preventing b5. It's very much a Maroczy style game. But I don't know. This clarification of the position and, you know, subsequent allowing of white to have this powerful piece. The thing that's good for black is that there's no obvious target. Like, nothing is weak, you know, except this, but good luck getting there. So black is going to sit back and let white try to come forward, and if white screws that up, black will then take the upper hand. So the knights are super interesting here. I think black is going for g4. White is a lot stronger on the dark squares. Put it this way. Bishops are 100% for one square, one color of a square, and knights are 50-50. So white's got 150% power on dark squares, and a little bit weaker on light squares, whereas these two knights help on the light squares more. So that's why, you know, white was looking for this, but look at Guillermo. I mean, he's shutting down all that jazz. He's shutting it all down. He's going to create a bind on the light squares, and black's got to make a difficult decision. Do I go here? He doesn't. Now c5 could be good. Oh man, he's breaking through on that side. This is not good. The thing for white is also he can just switch the play. He had pressure here, but he's just switching it over to that side. So good pressure here. Now, I'm going to stay away from saying what I think is going to happen in this game. Because every time I do that, God knows what happens. Still, black does not have an obvious target. Black is stoutly defending here. That is one way to defend. It's just to sit back and go, you can't pass. I don't know why I did Wakanda Forever, but that's, you know, you just, no. You're not, no. But another way is to go for moves like b5, looking for active counterplay. Black's not doing that because he doesn't think that he could do both at the same time. You can't defend stoutly and then also look for counterplay, because oftentimes you'll uncoordinate your pieces. So we see black just defending everything, and he's just not moving. He might literally go king h7, king g7 for the rest of the game. But white is still looking to press with c5, because there is a problem here. Okay, never mind. So interesting. I guess c5 wasn't working. And, okay, b5, he couldn't resist. He couldn't resist, but this could come back to bite. Opening the position like this pawn could be liability. Knight c3 could attack. Now he locks the position on that side. Knight b4, rook's got to go back. Big question for white is, do you play a4 and create a pass pawn? I don't think so, because then you allow the rooks to be very active. And now he's looking for simplification. You know what grandmasters say? They say trade a rook. 1, don't trade 2. It's going to be harder to win the position if you trade all the rooks. But good, you know, credit to black. Black's defending well. He's never been losing. You know, oh, that a good trade? Okay. What's the winning plan here exactly? Rook a7. Man, black's defending like incredibly well. Maybe it's a4? Well, now you can't even play that, but I thought it was a4 with the idea of rook c7. Oh, wait, knight f4. Knight f4, but then knight b4. I think you've got to make that investment. I actually think knight f4, allowing this to be taken... Take on h5. So, you know, go for knight f4. Am I missing something? Again, I just... Wow. Oh, king b4 or something. King b4. Okay, king b2. Fascinating stuff here from the players. Guillermo's been pressuring, and there it is. He's been pressuring all game. Did black just give the pawn away? Black just gave the pawn away. Now it should be winning. Knight f6. He might not take. He does take. King e7. Probably knight h5. Okay, he gives another check. King f8. Repeats once. Maybe knight h7 to go... Never mind. All right. f6 check. King f7, bring the knight back. If king takes, then rook takes d6, and white is winning. It took white a long time, but he did it. At least this time my prediction was correct. Is white he gonna blunder this move? Is there like no mate here? Incredible. Take it! Take it, knight e6. He saw it. That's why he's 3,000, man. Simplifies everything. Pawn is outside the square. Black is gonna resign right now. Resignation. Or he's gonna let his time run out. That was good commentary. We predicted that one from the start. Took him 72 moves to win that game. But very instructional. He kept the pressure up, and then he found a way to use the 2-on-1 on the queen side. Right? He had the 2-on-1 there. He marched his king, and then it started to become clear to black that the weakness on the queen side and the king side were not tenable. He couldn't hold everything. So that was very, very well done. Very instructional there from him. I'm happy he won it, and you guys don't have to go, oh, stupid IM, you don't understand. They better than you. That's why, you know, the result of the game was what it was. Stupid. Because anytime I make claims and then they're not substantiated, it's silly for me. So I don't know about king c5. I don't know why he did that. I would have checked him, maybe checked him again, but I'm oh, ouch. Ouch. Well, it was always going to be difficult to defend this. I don't know if I can give a statistic, but a lot of the times, rook and pawn versus bishop, knight, and pawn is just a draw. I don't know why I said bishop, knight. That's not a knight. Bishop, knight, and pawn. I've lost endgames like this before. Just too difficult to hold the position here. Ravine B. Oh, this is, I know who this is. And he's holding. Wow, he holds Bortnik to a draw. Bortnik, very, very strong GM. Bortnik's brother, actually, Mikola, he's been playing in New York City. I'm from New York City. That's the only reason I'm bringing this up. Like, I haven't been stalking the guy. Yeah, he's been playing in Marshall Chess Club in New York City. I don't know for what. I don't know if he's here on vacation or... Alright, now we get the most exciting part of Title Tuesday. Does the title player know how to checkmate with the right setup? Okay, this is easy. Knight here and bishop here. Okay, they know what they're doing. 2043. No! What? What is this move? Go back! Oh my gosh. The way you do this, my friends, is you can only checkmate bishop and knight in the right square corner depending on the color of the bishop. So you need to do it in that corner. Now, this is the walk of shame that the king takes from this corner to this corner. The first technique is to not allow it to go there. Then it's to move the bishop here, not allow it to go there. And then you do the W technique, which right now is on the side of the board. So it just looks like, I never went to primary school and I can't write letters. But that's sort of the technique. They have a second. They don't have a second. They've got 10 seconds. And they repeated! Oh my gosh. That... a little embarrassing. Definitely a little bit embarrassing. But, last time we saw grandmasters not do this. So this is, it's not the worst thing in the world. Okay. Top board matchup is interesting right now. Because we've got Eltaj, who's super strong. And Dimitri Kolars. What? Is this a mouse slip? Or is he serious? What? This is board 1, and we just got F6, guys. Somewhere Ben Feingold just twitched a little bit. He did, you know? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. All right. Well, if Eltash Safarli does not lose this game, I don't know. Guys, what do you think? Would this be more impressive if Kolars didn't win? Or would this be more impressive if Safarli didn't lose? You get what I'm saying? Who would be more impressive? It's not trolling. I actually think he just screwed up. I think he just mouse slipped. Yeah, I mean, this position is very close to completely lost. The weakness of the king's diagonal. Kolars plays this, you know, he's got F4 coming, he's going to hit the knight. I mean, Kolars will probably win in about 20 moves. Never mind, he doesn't have F4 coming. But the problem for black is he can't castle. And he can't really play D5, because, yep, so Safarli is just going to play on the queen side. Incredible. King H1, and yeah, I really just don't know what you do about F4. You know, black will look for B5, and this is a nice lesson in defense. Again, don't trade the pieces, consolidate your structure. This time I'm not doing Wakanda Forever, I'm just, you know... Knight F2 is, like, not even really a threat. I don't even think that sacrificing an exchange there would be that bad, but, you know, H3 is going to kick the knight all the way back, break open the center. If Safarli doesn't lose, I don't know what I'll do. I mean, that would be... Now, he wasn't going to play F5. No, he was going to play Knight F6. It just probably dragged the wrong piece. But you can play F5 against the Ruy Lopez. That's called the Schliemann variation. Interesting line if you want to play E4, E5. We might get H3, but if we get here, we're going to get here. That's what we're going to get. Which is a nice little idea using the rook opposite the king. And if you take, then I take and it's check. But hey, they've made it out of the opening, you know? Is that person named Dishonor on your cow? That might win... That might win the best name of Title Tuesday ever. Number 4. By the way, this game is still going on. Can we just talk about this for a moment? White got a pawn here. And the pawn on d6 is a little bit of a liability. Black's okay? No, no, no. Far from it, sir. Black is definitely not okay. Black is definitely not okay here. Let me see who that is. Oh, that's Talia Cervantes. She, I believe, is an attendee of Webster University. And like I said, H3 would be answered by H5. So Eltash has sacrificed the pawn here. You know what I find hilarious? White is down a full minute. Just a full minute. Like, uh-oh. Oh my goodness, wait, is that a blunder? I think this bishop is trapped. Wait. Because if takes, we got check. And we're forking. And if bishop here, we got check and b5. Wait a second. Is Mr. Wait, but d7 is hanging. Hold on, it's not so clear. Oh. So fake threat? What is going on? Or does he want this? Bishop d7 is hanging, so he moves it. This is hanging, and knight e3. And Kolars only has 30 seconds. 30 seconds! That's the byproduct of someone playing such a weird opening against you. Freaked him out. He might play queen f2, pinning, but then the queen just goes like there, for example. Or b6, but queen can go there, and you're still forking everybody. Wow. So we might get queen a7. Is it going to happen, or b6? Or is there something even better? Does he have like some cool... Oh, yeah. Commentary move. Now, if Eltash is playing the same move I'm suggesting, either I'm smart or he's not. There is no in between. This is crazy. Kolars has 6 seconds. And Eltaj just has to convert now. Now it's better for black for sure, because material is the same, and he's still, you know, up on time, and he's going to win e4. Maybe you just take. Maybe you don't even take e4. But probably taking e4 is correct. Yeah, but okay, wow, he does take. And you're taking because, yeah, I mean, you're just going to double. Uh-oh. He and I might have both missed that move, which now disallows the doubling. But maybe queen b6 and rook d8 is an idea. Queen b6 also does attack that. That attacks that, so... yeah, once the rooks are traded, it's over. It's over because the bishop is not that useful. It's only useful to go here, but notice how every pawn is on a dark square. Plays queen b6, that's his way of trading. He might not even take, but if you take and then go queen e3, that might be the easiest. Or take f4. Oh no, taking f4 there is... I don't know. Oh, he's got mate? Got mate. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Eltaj Safarli comes back from a mouse slip in the opening that probably left his position something like -3, -2, easy. And, well, he shows everybody why he's 30-30. When this game is over, I do want to look at how bad the evaluation was. Let's go rook takes, man. Just rook takes. And if g3, just rook b2. Unbelievable game. I mean, oh, rook f2. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh, wow. That is painful. I really do want to know. It is +2. The moment you play f6, it's +2. Unbelievable, man. It was never lower than +1, and already here it's equal. Amazing. Computer is saying, oh, because why? You can play a4 and then the computer suggests f5, and if I take that too, knight takes h2. Wow. This is why, I mean, and of course the idea is this is mate. Let's just straight up mate in 1. Wow. Incredible move. Wow. That is really something. What a game from Eltaj Safarli. Good lesson there. Good lesson, I think. That was quite impressive. Again, all he did, the reason why he was so successful in his defense is he didn't oversimplify, because that could have weakened his king. He kept a solid pawn structure. He found a way to get his king to safety. We're seeing a lot of really good defense here, but we also saw, and we did see good defense in the Guillermo game, but that was just, you know, like Mark Jackson says on ESPN, that's good defense, better offense. Mama, there goes that man. For any Europeans who don't watch ESPN, I'm very sorry. But, oh, now we're going to watch the game of this year's defending Gibraltar champion, who here is looking to convert a position up a bishop and a rook, and he has converted. And looks like we have one final game remaining between Philosopher and Gukesh D, one of the youngest grandmasters in the world, who is defending the fabled King, Rook, and Pawn versus King, Knight, Bishop, Pawn. Will he defend? We saw this almost similar position with the pawns like this. What do you guys think? Can I get a yes or a no in the chat? Oh, that was weird. And he lost the bishop. Alright, never mind. White panicked. White just decided to trade. It's very difficult to win this pawn. You really need the pawn to be a bit more forward. And Gukesh just gives away the rook, and it's kind of weird. Why didn't Gukesh... Did he just forget the rook was hanging? Gukesh could play this position for a win. Anyway, guys. We are ready for round 5. Vladislav Kovalev, grandmaster from Belarus. Paraguay now. We got Uzbekistan. What a beautiful game. Such an international activity. Ali Reza, please. Does Ali Reza have 4 out of 4? I know everyone in the chat is like, show me Ali Reza's game. You know, you guys is also available on live chess, just because I'm not following Ali Reza. How many points does Ali Reza Firouzja have? Let's watch Ali Reza. He's got 3.5. You know, on this channel, we really try to follow the players that are excellent and perfect, and I'm just not sure about 3.5 out of 4, guys. You know, I would have expected better. I would have expected 4.5 out of 4 for Ali Reza. That's a joke. That's a joke. If you guys don't follow chess stuff on Twitter, you really should. Ali Reza is going to play Laurent Fressinet. And Anish Giri made a comment to the extent of, if Laurent defeats Ali Reza, then he will not eat ever again. So, that's kind of interesting. That'll be fun. Alexander Moskalenko is super strong player. Good at blitz. I don't know why he has a Christmas tree as a flare, but this is interesting from Ali Reza. What is going on in this game? You know what else I don't really like? I like open Sicilian Ali Reza. I like Catalan Ali Reza. I don't like double fianchetto Ali Reza. I mean, who is this guy pretending to be? Hikaru? Artemiev? Ali Reza, a lot of respect for you. You're one of the strongest players in the world. Don't play double fianchetto. I want to see e4. I want to see absolute domination from you, my man. I want to see you smash folks in tactical positions. Now, having said that, Ali Reza is just up a clean pawn. So, Ali Reza also likes to tune into the broadcast. So, if he's watching, just know that you're still amazing and big respect. But there is an Alexandra Moisalenko. I think that's a spelling mistake. So, the way you win this position is you look to trade off a couple of the active pieces, but you do need to maintain the 2-on-1 or simplify that down to a 1-on-0. Knight d4 to looking to get there might be something. Rook d1 and some tactics on the d file. He does go for knight d4. It takes. I wonder what he's come up with after bishop. Or not. No bishop f6. I thought bishop f6 to disallow the knight from moving. You can't mate me! That is absolute balderdash, my friend. That's a rubbish statement. You guys should know that Fair Play Team is working around the clock. During these events, and after round 7 there is a team meeting to discuss everything, and you know that's actually why there is an officially longer break at round 7. Plenty of cases have been taken, so no, don't spread nonsense. The rook here. Looks like Ali Reza was unfortunately unable to defend the pawn. Well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on if you're a fan or not. So now Ali Reza down a pawn. Excuse me, down a minute, not a pawn. Down a minute, looking to create something out of nothing. I don't know. We'll see if he's able to do that. Yeah, we've got someone with 4.5 already. This is a fun matchup. We have the FFL himself, Tigr v Shlyapie, against Eltaj Safarli. Eltaj, down a pawn if my math is correct, but some significant pressure on the enemy king. And the thing is, being down a pawn but having 2 pawns like this, can't tell if it's good or bad, you know? Not to mention there's some... Oh, there's also just that, and that wins a material. Oh, wow. Wow. Good move there. And Eltaj is just rolling right now, man. 5 out of 5 he's going to have. He just needs to not blunder. How many odds equals 1 pawn odd? I mean, Maxime Dlugy has a column in New in Chess, and he's a world-renowned blitz player. He says that pawn in blitz is basically 1 minute. If you're down a minute on time, it's about a pawn. King g3 and rook h6 and rook e6 and rook d6. And that's that. Ali Reza is trying his best to win. He's got 20 seconds now, but this is not a winnable position for white under classical time control circumstances, but this is blitz. So yeah, Ricket Cricket, that was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, a little bit. Those of you that don't know me, gotta understand that commentary is not always 100% serious. Sometimes we do say things that are veiled sarcasm. Okay. Now Ali Reza's onto something. Maybe he's created a weakness here. Although, oh. Alright, the outside pass pawn versus the e-pawn. Or actually, can you just play like e3? Place that, wow. Check and back. If you play e3, there is knight g4. Oh, is Ali Reza just going to take the draw, or is he going to play king f3? No, if he goes back, it's just the draw, right? Yeah, rook c2 is just the draw. They repeated 3 times. Can I show why Eltaj won so suddenly? Sure. Well, in this position, he found bishop a6 check. That's why it's so important to scan checks. Not just for yourself, but for your opponent. And it's a deflection or an attraction sacrifice where you force the enemy take you, and then you just take an exchange. This is just lost because it's up in exchange, but also too many pawn weaknesses. If this cluster of pawns did not exist at all, this could be maybe holdable because everything's close together, but the rook is just way too mobile. So that will not work. Anyway, these two players have drawn by repetition. Man, Ali Reza falls to 4 out of 5 with 2 draws. I just don't know if I want to feature. That's a joke. I'm joking. We've got some perfect scores. Chess Warrior 7197. Is this Nodirbek? That might be Nodirbek. Might be. And Jospim, of course, this is Alcantara from Peru. This is a time scramble. What is this endgame? It's 4 pawns for a rook. Okay, now it's 1 less pawn. Yeah, this is a little bit of a meme game. This one. This is this game's just fun. A lot of pawns, but they're all gonna get taken. Bishop c2 and well, and then there were none. And yeah. Just a question of whether it's going to get converted or not. Oh, we've got more players on 5 out of 5. Who's Fandarine? Chigayev. Yeah, Chigayev. Guy very strong, 2900. Alrighty, he's getting there, and finally the resignation from White, as he realized that most likely this endgame was not going to be holdable. Oh! Some checkmates? Here's another endgame where it's pawns for a rook, but don't think that this one is savable either. Is this Turkmenistan? How did I know? I'm so smart. Just me complimenting myself, everybody. Wholesome. Bishop d5. Yeah, this pawn is really annoying. This pawn is very, very, very annoying. It's probably just a draw. White has really no way of winning this position. Although, can you play like maybe king h? No, king h2. There is always king e2. Whoa! 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 Wait, what? Oh my gosh, what is happening? Whoa, 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 whoa. I think it's a loss. I think, what did white just do? Why did he do that? Black is promoting first. Black's got 3 passed pawns. A bishop can't stop all of them. And white just flags. So weird. Or, he doesn't flag, never mind. But now he just loses. Ah. That is, suspicious play by white. Not very good. There was no need for that. That was wowful, man. That was, he stole defeat from the jaws of a draw, you know? Best way to put that one. Okay, I think it's important to watch what... Okay, Eltash Safarli has figured out how to move the knight without, you know, screwing that up. Oh, this line. So this is not the boring Berlin. We're going to get bishop f1. Knight e5 takes castles, and let's see which line we get. So knight c3 is trendy, d4 is the main line, bishop f6. Is he going to play rook e2? No, he plays the main line. Rook e8. This is modern Grandmaster theory in one of the sidelines of the Berlin, where black just plays incredibly solid, trades all the pieces, and yeah, for the uninitiated in the chat, this is just top level chess right now. There's just nothing you can do about it. Completely symmetrical pawn structure. Black a little bit passive, but you know, really massive. He's gonna get his bishop out. Yeah, this is definitely more boring for black, for sure. Black just tries to, you know, say, all right, I'm a little bit, you know, I'm a little behind in development, but I'll get there. Don't rush me. I'm gonna be fine. Everything's good. So yeah. So okay. Not gonna look at this. Instead, we're gonna look at this because wow, what a move here. Knight is hanging, but it couldn't be taken because of d4. And we've seen this structure in another game. This is why, you know, studying Grandmaster games, International Master games, especially my games, is really, you know, will really help you improve. Wink, wink. This is the Maroczy structure that we saw in the Gena game. But in that game, black had 2 knights. In this game, black's got 2 bishops. You know, totally different dynamics. So that's why black is looking for these pawn trades to open up the position. Queen h4. Tayyip saying, yeah, get the e4 course. I don't know what the 4 course is, but sounds like a fun course. Now black's got this queen spot that he could get to h4. This is nice for white. White's just looking for mate, man. He's not shook. He's going directly for it. Maybe check? Check is an interesting move. Literally prevent that from happening. And then queen h4. Okay. Looks like he's anticipating that and he's going to go here. Or he's going to run his king, which I highly doubt happens, but if it does, I'll be intrigued. Little trade there. I mean, if I've got to choose a player here, I'm going to choose white. I like his bishop a lot more. I like his activity. I like his pawn structure. I think his king is safer. He's also up on time. He's not the higher rated player, but he's got this cool little flare next to his name, so it's better than having a diamond. Okay. Allowing the trade of the queen, of the bishops, excuse me, because in most rook endgames, having a cluster of pawns that are so separated versus, you know, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be very difficult for black to defend. Now, it is defendable. He's a Russian grandmaster. So there we go. Now we see the infiltration coming. Rook a8. See rook a5. Maybe we'll get rook e2. He might not play a4. He might not. He probably didn't play a4 because overcommitting pawns in the endgame will weaken other pawns. No. This doesn't become good for black. Because again, these pawns are liabilities. But black does offer a draw now. He's offering the draw because he knows his position is not that great. Black really does not have any winning chances here. Fast forward, black is going to end up winning this game. White accepts. He probably didn't find a way that he could have pushed forward. You know, considering that black did find a way to defend things. If black was playing like a Nakamura or you know, like an Ereditsky or a Firouzja or something like that, then he would probably have played on, looking to create, you know, some pressure against these pawns, but he chose not to. Yeah, or me. Yeah, I mean, if he was playing me, it would have been a wash. Are you kidding me? Okay, more endgames. First thing I see is the imbalance here of the pawns, you know. This pawn was here. Oops, this pawn was here. It'd be a little bit different. If this pawn was here, it would be very bad for black. But the king and the pawns all defend each other. White is really the one pressuring here. Pressuring the structure, pressuring the pieces. Bringing the king now, getting everybody involved. You're always looking for tactics here. All right, what is this? What's brewing here? Why did he? Because he's got the check and the reroute to. My arrow drawing skills are not very good. We got a5 now from black. He's just looking to break out of this. Was this missed by Nodirbek? I never want to assume that, but I think he might have missed it. I think he, excuse me, by Jospim, not by Nodirbek. Nodirbek's happily defending now. Uh-oh, king d4, and that's a very active king, my friends, and I think a3 is lost. Whoa, rook a7? Yeah, just rook a7, right? Knight, king, wow. Talk about, like, total turnaround. Now black is just up a piece. And this all started because white traded the bishop. That's it. So there must have been a way here by white not to trade. Did I say black trade the bishop? To trade the bishop. Jospin traded the bishop on e4 for the knight on d5. Maybe there was a better way. Maybe there was a better way, but not so clear. Maybe he should have played bishop f3 and just tried to route the knight to c5 without actually trading anything. Who knows? But all I know now is he is down a piece. And who is touching 3,200? Well, seems like after this tournament, he's going to be touching 3,200. He has defeated Svein Rasmus, David Paravyan, an FM from Armenia, an IM from Eastern Europe. I don't know if he's touching 3,200. His performance is touching 3,200, but his rating's not quite there yet. Okay, we've seen players screw up positions where they've had extra pieces today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it's looking like it really might. Uh-oh. What a nice catch, and knight c5. And knight c5. Oh, but... Yeah, it's a win. It's a win. Okay. Whew. Sorry. This knight is, It's, I mean, he could just push, and get the queen back. Wow, Nodirbek. 6 out of 6. Perfect. Absolutely perfect play. Well, the play might have not been perfect, but his score is perfect. We've got Firouzja, the player you guys always want me to cover. Firouzja is down a rook, and he just hung... Oh, he didn't hang mate, it was check, but it looked like he hung mate for a moment. Down a full rook. Okay, knight d8's a weird pre-move. And Firouzja's down on time. Wow. That's surprising. That is surprising. Not a good day, but he's got a second edition of this tournament to play, so never give up. All right, white's just up a clear knight and a clear pawn here. Johann Solomon is playing on down a full piece. That is a bit strange. But, never resign and all that. Oh boy. I don't know how to provide commentary on this. I would have under-promoted, honestly. I think I would have made bishop and knight and then not checkmated him with bishop and knight. Christensen, yeah. Christensen. Apologies. There's another grandmaster. Okay, well, this is a technique in chess known as the ladder checkmate. It's when, you know, you've got two pieces like a queen or a rook or two queens, and you basically just control one line after the other. Title Tuesday, where you come to learn about ladder checkmate. Okay, a couple games remaining. Ali Razbod from Iran. Verdenot. Or Verdenote. It's not French. I said that in French. Yeah, I mean, you can say anything in French. Chess Warrior 7197. Sankalp Gupta. Ladislav Kovalev. Yeah, I think at this point I'm just doing the French accent with English words. Mr. Pogman says, very instructive, Levy. Cool. Thank you very much, Mr. Pogman. You know, that's a direct dichotomy from a message that came in earlier from an account called Whiny Nakamura. Listen, when you make an account like that, nothing you say gets taken seriously, first of all, but said, I'm only a better commentator slightly than Maurice Ashley, which is compliment, I think, because Maurice is one of the premier chess commentators. Uh-oh! It's Parhamov versus his internet connection versus Chess Warrior right now. So, Knight c3. Oh, he doesn't have the e4 course. Knight c3 is an easy win. That is a good point. If any of you watching have, you know, the commentary is a little bit above your level, the easiest thing to do, and I'm going to type it in the chat, we've got this basics onboarding guide. You know, there's about 3,000 of you watching on our various platforms, so I put it into Twitch. I can also share it on YouTube. This is classical mainline Spanish. So credit to the players for not entering a, you know, credit to Nodirbek for playing the classical. Now the question is, where will he move his knight? Does he move it to a5? Does he move it to b? Oh, we've got the Marshal. It's interesting. Unfortunately, it's like a forced draw, but, you know, the way top-level chess works right now is you go to about move 26 of theory, and you play a move that, in depth 47 of the computer, which is 94 moves deep, the computer says it's plus 0.06, and you play that move. D3 is, it's becoming a bit more popular, I think, than D4. I don't exactly remember why. But right now, Parhamov is not fighting against Nodirbek. He's fighting his internet, is what's going on. So Garuja disconnected. Like, he's out of the tournament? Okay. That's, I mean, you know, everybody's gonna be like, rage quit, but I mean, if you're not satisfied with your play and, you know, you're on like, you know, you've lost a game or two, or you've made some draws, then you don't have to play. You know, it's like withdrawing from a tournament. Now a4. Man, if Nodirbek wins this game, this is a huge challenge for him. Is this theory? Let me check. You know what? I'm gonna be that guy. Use my openings database. You know what? No. Sorry, no was not directed toward you guys. My computer was doing some weird stuff. Alrighty. I'm bored. And we're watching the top level game, so let's check out where this game departed opening theory, shall we? All right, we had a Marshal. And castle c3 d5 takes knight d5 takes c6. Alrighty, so at this point, after c6, we're gonna do a little theoretical lesson. This move has been played 9,300 times. This move has been played 1,300 times. After d3, we had bishop d6. Then we had rook e1, bishop f5, and queen f3. At this point, we're at 730 games. Then we had rook e8, which has not been played in a lot of games, only 100-something. Takes, knight d2, queen e1 check, knight f1, bishop g6. We're down to, it's move 18 and we still have over 100 games played ever in the top level of theory. Such games like Ivanchuk Svidler, Karyakin Svidler, Saric Matlakov, Frolyanov Matlakov, Miton Mikhalchik, Sevian Nereditsky. Alright, let's see what was played now. A novelty by Parhamov, A4, a move that has never been played. Wow. Okay, that makes things interesting. And now I don't have to do any more research. Before that, there had been moves like G3. G3 was the main line, not A4. But then we had rook E8. The thing for white is that white is up a pawn, so if he simplifies the position, he's just winning. That's just how it works. So, you know, now he's looking to simplify. Anyhow. Yeah, now, white has... Yes, sorry. Meant, I spoke too soon. Meant, in the beginning, the whole nature of this gambit for black is to give away a pawn. A big activity for it. White gives back the pawn in certain moments. Sometimes I speak faster than I think when I do commentary. Or, Levy, you just don't think at all! That's the secret. So... Has anything else happened? How's Safarli doing? He's got 5.5. He's playing Sankalp. And, oh my goodness, Sankalp Gupta has 6 seconds. But he has an extra pawn. And having said that, his pawns are very far apart. Very far apart. This game is slowly calming down. Was bishop d4 just winning a pawn there? Wait a second. Am I dumb? d4? Okay. Am I just stupid? What is this? I mean, I guess it's just a draw, but... Did win a pawn, I think. Alright, I like h5. This is a weakness in the future, potentially. Smart move. Someone in YouTube chat says, who is this chess warrior? Ask Levy to cover one of his games. That's what I love about viewers. You know, we've literally just dedicated about 5 whole minutes to watching Chess Warrior's entire game. And then they asked me to watch his game. Listen, I can only do my job so well, but getting constructive feedback in that manner is definitely interesting. Alrighty. So... looking for a way to win this pawn and not give away c3. That's kind of what's happening here. So that's kind of what has happened. We now king e2, and you are going to win this pawn. Nodirek is basically playing the internet at this point. He is not playing Parhamov, he's playing the internet. And what I really don't like about his structure is that this is so touchable, for lack of a better word. You can easily target that h6 pawn. If this pawn was on g7, not really, but d6, and well, Nodirek is obviously going to keep playing. Oh, king e4, there is still some way to blunder, I think. Bishop c5? That doesn't blunder, because that keeps everything. And that looks like it's it. Now, we have seen Parhamov disconnect because of his internet before. But it does not look like it's going to happen here. Probably just, excuse me, bishop a5, rook d8. Oh, bishop b4 is another very nice move. Rook e5 and resigns. Rook e5 resignation. Pins the bishop. It's over. It is over. And touching 3,200 has ascended to the top of the leaderboard. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I just want to say that he inspires players like myself who have the same title but are 180 points higher rated in Blitz to go for bigger and better things. And, wait, black won! We flagged! Oh, he lost because of his connection. I can't believe it. I predicted it, but I really didn't think it was going to happen. Chess Warrior 7197 must be a religious person because the chess gods have granted him a golden ticket to win this tournament now. Well, I did say it could happen. I didn't think it was going to happen. He seemed to be in it, but wow. Wow, wow, wow. Man, poor Parhamov. That does happen. He is the dominant player, but not dominant internet connection. We've got a few games left. I will keep going. I will go through the break. But we will take a longer break, as we always do, for a fair play scan of everybody. And then we will continue. You know, folks, you are not wrong. A lot of you voice fair play concerns anytime there's online tournaments, especially with cash prizes. Someone made the point earlier with Igor's Rousis. You know, look, we are fully aware of it. You know, our due diligence, and we've got a great team here for these events. That's why we take these breaks, and fair play is rolling throughout the tournament. Just because you are not privy to that information, or you don't see the team, you know, it's not out of sight, out of mind. Now, F and H with Rook F and H versus Rook is actually a draw if you know the correct defensive scheme. The correct defensive scheme is to plant the Rook on A1 so that you're always ready for side checks or defending like this. Black did not defend properly. Was Black ever in a position to defend properly? When did the game become completely lost? I don't know. No, he was never in a position. Or was he? No, I don't think he ever was. You've got to defend from F7, basically. From here. And he was always cut off. But he could have maybe found a way. I think he had to put his rook here, but even this position is already... Now all of our games are done, it seems. Okay. I will keep going. We will, you know, some of you are going to get ads. We're not gonna have any chess, so if anybody, I will take as many questions as you can give me. You can make them, you know, good questions. I'm not on my personal channel, but if you'd like to go follow me on my personal channel, let's see if the host command works, or are we still... No, it was not fixed. I am not Botez or Robert Hess, but here is my self-plug. When is the Coronavirus 19 open? I was not aware that Coronavirus was actually sponsoring an open chess tournament. But... Alrighty. I'm not Robert Hess, no. No. Facial hair, curly hair, shorter than the average man, titled player, Jewish background, New York City, but not Robert Hess, no. No. Glasses, you know. You guys can ask me questions about... Oh, there we go. Alright, question from YouTube. Wow, 2 questions from YouTube. How do bishops move? But more importantly, why do bishops move? And that, you know, that's really a good question. They move diagonally, as far as they can see empty squares, or an enemy piece. They stay on their own color, but man, why do they move? Why do any of the pieces move, frankly? That's deep. That's I don't know. God, that's a good one, man. That's I don't know what I'm supposed to answer to that question. Do I sometimes play in these tournaments? I never play Title Tuesday because I'm never gonna win anything. And if the counter argument, you know, if the argument to that is I get blitz experience against top grandmasters, I could just play at any point online. So I play all the time. So I don't really... To me, there is no tangible benefit of playing Title 2 because I'm not going to win anything. I would stream it for sure, but I would definitely get tilted. So yeah, no. I avoid things that I know are challenging with no obvious payoff, you know? So. Alrighty. Yes, Luck Fox. I have brought that up many times throughout the show today. Someone is asking, why do pieces move is a good question. Really? It's a great question, yeah. I mean, obviously, it's... Okay. We've got a couple links for those of you that are interested in chess on Twitch. Our lovely channel has 174,000 people following it. What's my favorite opening? My favorite opening at the moment is e4 because I recently made a holy book on it, basically. And I've been playing e4 with all sorts of different lines. But I think right now it's e4. But I go through phases. I don't have an opening. I mean, probably the Trumpowski is my favorite. But I like, you know, I like a lot of different openings. Probably the Trumpowski if I had to choose one. Will I play the late event? No. Tuesday is my busiest day. But this fits perfectly in my schedule. I'm a very, very busy man, very in demand. I've got some private lessons today I've got to go to at the Scholastic program that I run, so I will not be playing. Someone had asked me, what is the worst open? I don't know what that means. Are you saying the worst chess opening or the worst open tournament? Worst open tournament, I have no idea. That's a very odd question. I will make a quick statement about the status of large open tournaments in the United States. We've got one large organizing body that organizes, for lack of a better word, most money tournaments here in the U.S. We have the stupidest schedule, the most ridiculous schedule probably of any country in the world, and that is 2 games a day of classical chess where the time control is 2 hours in 40 moves, and delay is 10 seconds. We do not have bonus time. We do not have DGT boards. So you can take that. You know, we play 9 games in 5 days. It's intense. It's crazy. None of the title players like the time control or any of that. The Continental Chess Association couldn't care less. But I will just very quickly rant about that point. So... and all the title players in the chat that play these tournaments in the United States will echo my sentiments. All of them. I guarantee it. No one's gonna go, well, I actually quite like to play 12 hours of chess every day for 5 straight days. I really get a kick out of that. Anyway. Games are on! Let's get back to the games. Alright. I'm gonna boot up these guys. This is really the matchup of the day. We've seen fantastic chess from Eltaj. Except he's really sticking to the Berlin here. Who am I rooting for in the candidates? I am not rooting for anybody. But I think Caruana is going to win. Who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for Grishuk. I mean, can you imagine the quality of the post-game interviews every time Alexander is going to play against Magnus? First of all, they're going to ask him about conditions. I would pay big money to see what Grishuk is going to say about coronavirus. So... No, I mean, I was very scared to shake hands. I actually wanted to play all my games in the... You know, in the face mask, but this is against FIDE dress code, so... Oh! And, my friends, full disclosure... You do not see a certain player in the standings after the Fair Play team has done a full review. So for all of the haters, you know what we say? Go and brush your shoulders off. That's what we say. Whoa, what is happening here? Nodirbek blundering a tactic, and he's had to give away his queen against Eltaj, but looks like he's just gonna get a fortress. So this is... But this is not quite a fortress, because this bishop's loose. This bishop's a little bit loose. If this bishop was here and the pawn was here, everything white has is guarded. But now Eltaj is going to look to win this game. He's going to look to get at these weaknesses. So this... Why not queen c1? Back here? Because I think maybe rook takes, and then bishop takes h3 he didn't like. So for example, I mean, I don't know. I can't ask Nodirbek, but I'm assuming he saw this and he just didn't want to play pawn down endgame. I'm assuming he thought that, yeah. So if you guys like that impression and you want more impressions, oh, the good thing about being a host is I could just plug my own channel all the time. I don't have to, I just, guys, go follow me. Go follow my channel, guys. Go do it. You know, go do it. Go follow me on Twitch, guys, or on Twitter, Levi Rozman. So Queen B2. Oh, someone said no. Never mind. What is the what was that? Was such a weird. Why did he spend so long on that move? That was supremely peculiar. Okay, Rook F3. You cannot sacrifice because of B2 does not actually promote. What is going on? So Nodirbek wins back the pawn, and is this a fortress? So this is the $1,000,000 question. Everything is guarding everything, but it's about the pawns. The pawns are going to win this game. If I set a rule right now that black could not push a pawn for the remaining games, the remainder of the game, I should say, this would most likely end in a draw. But Nodirbek is going to push his pawn first, then bring his king to the defense of the pawn, or that. That might be even more interesting because the pawns can't touch each other now. But it's probably a loss. As Magnus Carlsen once famously quipped, I don't believe in fortresses. I don't believe in fortresses. I don't know why Magnus is British, but... Man, I love how people are asking who got kicked. Alright, don't lose your queen. That's gotta be a little bit more attentive. A bit more. Check, go for the pawn, but Rook F3 always defends. I'm not so sure about bringing the king here, you know? I'm just not sold on it. F5 is smart to get... I'm just suspicious about everything that's going on here. Yeah, the pawn is going to basically be the deciding factor. If this pawn didn't exist, then the bishop could just hang out on g4. That's what he's going for. He's actually probably going for check and bishop g4. So, bishop here. Man, I don't know how. Well, rook, what? Oh, because if rook e3, check and f2. Amazing. He's just always there. He's always in time. So rook e3 and check. Somebody says, what should I spend my channel points on? Yeah, this is a conversion to a winning endgame. Is it winning? It is winning. Yes, it's most likely. He's probably gonna go here and try to play king f3. Unless I'm just completely no. It's winning. It's winning because of the pawns. You know, like if king f2, h3, king f1 with no other pawns, it's a draw. It's just always this is always a draw if you just look at this area. Man, Eltaj knocking down the perfect Nodirbek. Now, Nodirbek wasn't playing perfectly his last couple of games. He was a little bit lucky. But Gena, this guy, 6 out of 7. This is a wild tactical encounter. What is hanging and where and why? Gena, guys, there's a freaking king on h4, okay? This is... Huh? Look at this. Bishop f2. GG. G3 and takes. GG. Wow. A 3,000 versus 3,000 matchup. And Mr. Gana 217 gets the win. Sankalp Gupta versus Bortnik. This is a matchup of only 5.5s. What is the current situation out of 8 points? Eltaj with 7.5. All these massive scores with 7. Ooh, look who it is. Sanan Shugirov, Russian Grandmaster. He's got 7 out of 8. I've played him before, and let me tell you, it has not gone very well for me. It has not gone well. I do not play well against Sanan Shugirov. Guys, what the hell is this position? What is this? Black is up a full queen and a bishop. Incredible. It's just perpetual. I guess he can't mate the guy anyway, because these queens do patrol some squares. Incredible position. Absolutely incredible. No pawns for black. Mr. Vladimirovich versus Svein. Another game where a player down a full piece is playing on in hopes of potentially not losing. But that is not going to happen here. You can even push again. I mean, this is very, very easy now, and we see the win. Wow, 5.5 out of 8 for Dmitry Andreikin. These 3000s get beat up in these tournaments, I gotta say. You know, and you guys are gonna be like, well, that's because of fair play. No, I mean, titled players can also play good games regardless of their online bullet rating, their online blitz rating, I should say. But friends, you know, you gotta understand, the format of these events is always thought about and evaluated, and you know, Chess.com is actively seeking to make this as smart of a format as possible. Okay, it'll never be perfect. It'll never, because we can't control human behavior. That's just something y'all gotta understand. We could put on the best type of format. You're always gonna have people from all over the world. It's crazy to me that titled players would be cheating. It really is crazy, considering, you know, public identity and all that. But it is what it is, and we can only do our best. The alternative is to just not put on events like this, but that also doesn't... No one wins if that happens. Well, we save some bank. Yo, guys, maybe we should do that. You know, no Title Tuesday 1 month. Let's just put that whole prize fund into, like, a boat trip for staff, with me included. I want to be there, because otherwise just leadership is going to go. I'm not going to go there. Like a shareholder vacation. Like, I want to go. So, please? I like to ask for things when I do this, you know, because it's kind of like, you know, like when you're a kid and you ask your parents for things in front of other parents, and then if your parents say no, then they just look mean. That's what I'm doing. I've got 3,000 people backing me, so if they say no, then it's just mean. Now, we've seen pawn bishop knight today, but there was a rook instead of a bishop. With the bishop, it's just a very easy win, but... Oh, that's fun. Khalil Musavi. I don't know if he's from Iran, but he will be streaming. Anybody under the Chess.com directory, you guys can follow their channels. No, you never lose a FIDE title for cheating online. That might be something that happens in the future, but I wouldn't count on it. Alright, he's got to figure out a way to win this, though. He's got to get the king away. That's step 1. So, you know, play a move like a check, and then get his king to c5. That's literally what he's doing. Yes. King c5. Now there is no way. Verdenot has offered another draw. You know, I don't think Gawain Jones knows that we're looking at his game. I think he would be a little bit embarrassed by the fact that he's offering so many draws. Oh, and now we're gonna get to see it! Can Astana, that's Alex Lopez, win with bishop and knight? I think he can. I believe in Alex Lopez. I feel like he's a blitz machine. Here we go! How many moves have been made since the last capture? Move 143. 143. So here we go. 143. And that's 10 moves now. So. Alright, the king is now going to the wrong corner. The excavation process. Well, excavation means from the earth, but, you know, getting the king out there. So, this is, yes, there it is. That's the move that the former WFM we saw earlier did not play. Now begins the W technique. Wait, what's he doing? What just happened? Why did he go back? Does Alex not know how to do this? What? Are you serious? This is unbelievable. Move 143 is 30. It's been 33 moves. I can't believe this is so ridiculous. Wait, bishop there. Bishop there prevented escape. That at least would have gotten him somewhere. That's kind of like this magic pattern of the pieces. Oh my gosh. This is actually, I mean, that is not cool, man. To get right there and, oh my. It's not hard on the edge. No. What? What is hard on the edge? What does that even mean? You can't geometrically see the board sideways? I'm so frustrated. I believed in him. I believed in him. Alex Lopez is a really, oh my goodness. And now everything I said about Gawain Jones looks silly. Gawain Jones gets the draw. 192 moves. Listen, if you've got a problem with how critical I am of these players, you could leave. Yes, of course I could do it. Now, the hardest part about... Let me explain something. The hardest part is getting it from here to the corner. That's the hardest part, okay? That's where it's a little bit tricky. Because, you know, you gotta do it. But he did that. He did it so effortlessly. And then here, this is the perfect setup. Now you go back. You give a check. Here, and now the trickiest thing to remember. The trickiest thing to remember here is the escape. You know, is this escape? Like, there is a way for the opponent to get out, but you just go here. You know, because of this, you give them a check. That's it. They cannot go back. You just give check. So the trickiest thing is when it comes to this point, okay? And there's sometimes is an escape path, but this is, you just continue the W here. You know, you just continue like this. Because if here, you just go here. I mean, it's one knight move. Anyway, look, I can't keep going. It's the final round. It's the money round. But wow. And listen. Again, I'm gonna just say this before we jump into the commentary about the games. If Alex Lopez, you ever rewatch this or someone sends this to you, much love and respect to you as a player. Love your stream. Love your banter. But bro, come on. Don't hate me. I had to do it. Okay, hopefully he's not watching anymore. I just have to do that because I don't know what chess players are out there are sensitive or not. You know, some folks take exception to commentary. Like in all sports, you know, some folks who talk about players or whatever, so I don't know. Much love, much respect, but gotta keep it real. How much do I curl? Like biceps or like curling the sport? Because I only do one of those things, and it's definitely not bicep curling. Shugirov, this is really the exciting game, and this is cool because this game is for all the marbles, and Eltaj seems to be going all in. He's sacrificing a pawn, all his pieces are playing. You know what's fascinating? Eltaj Safarli plays the Berlin with black, but then he plays stuff like this. And knight e5 is a possibility. G5 is a possibility. Knight d4 is a possibility. Why am I not playing? Because I'm commentating. The commentators don't play in these things because... Isn't that such an odd question? Like, do sports commentators get asked why they're not playing the game? You guys are so weird. Queen h6. Okay, interesting. That's strange. I would have thought that he's all in, but... I mean, I highly doubt he's going there to go there, because he could have just went directly there. So... And remember, my friends, Title Tuesday in the year 2020 has 2 shows. So if you hate me and you don't like the morning show, you can just come back in the afternoon or evening, depending on where you are. It's the usual show, 4 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central European time, unless there's something with the time differences right now. I'm not exactly sure, but that's with Amon Hambleton, I think. It's usually Amon, but it might not be today. What's my best score when I did play? I don't play. I don't play. I've openly admitted that I don't like this tournament. Not the format. I don't like it for myself. I'm just going to lose to strong players, and I'm not going to feel good. So, But maybe next time. Maybe next time I'll play the afternoon event, and I'll stream it. Not today, though, because I'm very busy. I have autograph signings, and, you know, I've got to go, you know, speak at various events and kiss babies, and, well, I'm not going to say shake hands, because, well, I suppose presidential activities. Eltaj is just down upon here. Gana is in business. You know, he's really doing well. One of these pawns is coming, but Gena's got, I mean, look at this beautiful structure. Bishop is good, knight is good. Everybody's here. Okay, that wasn't played. I apologize. That was a pawn takes, and this is intriguing to me, because now he's gonna get, is he gonna get anything? Is there g5? Gena wants this. That's what he wants. He actually probably prefers not to take. Okay, there it is. There it is, but now maybe e4. Maybe e4. Oh, he does take. Okay, he just got his pawn rather than taking, but I didn't like this because those pawns could be liabilities, but I guess not. I mean, I just guess not. Queen c7, and then king h6. Eltaj is in trouble. King h6. No check. If you take, you lose. Wow. 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 Eltaj has offered a draw. Psychological. Whoa! Whoa, that move is... Oh my gosh, I don't like that move at all unless he's gonna go g5 next? Or... Okay, the crazy question is, can you trade the queens right now? Oh, you can't, because king g7. But if takes, king e5. I don't know that this is... And he's going for it. And king g7, yeah. And now just a4. White's activity here counterbalances the fact that he's down 2 pawns. So now Gena's going for this, but White's just got b5, a5. He's just got b5, a5. This might just not be winning. Takes. Maybe takes an a5. You know, Black's going to have to go back to e8. This is crazy. This might not be a win. Okay, I mean, he can trade the queens or honestly just go to c7 because, again, there are no checks. And he's doing that to play for a win. He's not actually playing for a draw. He's waiting for his opponent to screw something up. Of course, you can't really take because then this, but Black is going to slowly run out of moves. So he's playing this to, you know, to go for queen h4, and now, you know, we might get a repetition. Yeah, so he's faked the playing for the win, and now, you know, he's clinched his draw, and now we gotta go watch if Chess Warrior or Sinan Shugirov will win. This game's exciting. I mean, balanced, but someone can still win it. So Eltaj gets 8 points, and this is the only 2 set of players that can catch. But, wow, that is an exquisite move. Looks like White is playing for a win, but... Excuse me. Black is playing for a win? With the very weak pawn here? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Sinan is turning up the heat. Takes. Oh! He blundered! He blundered the check! Sinan, in time pressure, blundered the check. He thought he was going to just get a recapture there. He should not have taken. He probably should have played something like king f6, but he forgot that there is this. And uh-oh. This is Nodirbek's game to win now. And, oh, and he's cleaning up. He is cleaning up. Nodirbek is going to win. Of course, bumped a little bit early with the win against Parham where he was lost. But wow. The nice little trick there. Man, all these little motifs that I teach, you know, students, and we always, you know, any instructor who teaches their club level players, both adults and kids, look for checks, man. And even in time trouble, you know, you can very, very quickly blunder a check. And Safarli wins with a massive win on tiebreak. 10-point tiebreak win. That second number is the combined score of your opponents, maybe subtracting the lowest one. That's called Sokolov, I think. Not Ivan, but just Sokolov. And here, in true Title Tuesday fashion, we see a player playing on down a full queen. And Rasmus Svein converts the queen and knight advantage. Impressive. I didn't think he could do it. And here we see 6 out of 8 for Artemiev. This one's looking like it will end in a draw. Takes will be played. There we go. Ginger GM! Simon Williams! Oh man, this is not looking good for Mr. Simon Williams. Woo! Svane? Is that how you pronounce it? I'm so sorry. I've been pronouncing it Svein my whole life. Alrighty. Ginger GM has put that pawn on lockdown. Uh-oh. Is this still winning? Probably right, because the king is so cut off. It's probably winning. Just e4. You could have also played e3, but... I know Simon Williams has been streaming his game today. Can you go... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What has he done? Oh, rook f1! The clutch move! Clutch move at the end there. For Mr. T. Berg. I don't know. I have no idea who this is. Sorry. And the final game of the first edition of Title Tuesday today, my friends. Bang Chess 21 versus Chess Salary. Yeah, listen, 4.5 out of 8 is not even a bad score. Quite solid. But this one, again in true Title Tuesday fashion, we've got a player playing on down a full rook. Pending anything crazy. I wonder if White is going to resign or play till checkmate. I really wonder. But hey, the more they play, the more I get paid. So keep on going. Keep on going, my friends. There we go. And by the way, I really hope he just promotes to a knight. That's a free pawn. He didn't take it. That was a free pawn. Alright, now take it. That's mate. He had mate. He had mate in 1. But he didn't play it. Instead, he took the pawn, looking to prolong my airtime. Instead, we get this. Congratulations to the players. Gana wins third on tiebreak, but I believe prizes will be split equally. A lot of 7.5s. Wow. I can probably name all these players except Malik O2. I have no idea who Malik O2 is. But, Uzbekistani player. Man, Uzbekistan has some fantastic talent. Stick around, guys. In 2 hours, we do have, I believe Amon Hamilton, but I really don't know. Don't know who it's going to be. If you enjoyed the commentary today, you'd like to catch more of me, I'm over at Gotham Chess. You can follow my Twitch channel if you don't know who I am. Amon from Chessbra will be on later. I believe the raid today is going to Monkey Chess. That is Roland. Roland. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing names, okay? My name gets pronounced Levy or Levi every single time, so we're going to send you over there. A lot of resources here on Chess.com. About 3,000 of you were joining me throughout the course of the show. Much love. Very much appreciated. Those on YouTube can check out my YouTube, and I think that's it. Take care.